fixed star for this week. So I base my fixed star astro reports off of the work of Hermes. This is the Middle Ages Renaissance era. Okay, so Hermes Trismegistus or whatever, thrice the awesomeness. So this is medieval hermetic energy or hermetic fixed star, 15 and fixed star information. Okay, that's who I base it off of, not Ptolemy, because Ptolemy's a hater. All right, anyway, so let's look at Monday. So Monday we have this is May 30th, of course. We have the Sun conjunct Aldebaran in Alpha Tauri, which is the eye of the Taurus or the eye of the bull. And this one is influential in a way of riches and gaining of wealth, okay, based on Hermes' interpretation of the star. So around, I would say, this time, the best thing to do, because it's conjunct the sun, would be to use its actual magic properties, such as connecting with the star through, using the stones, like gemstones, like ruby or carbuncle. So any red or pink stone. Or even using milky thistle as an herb for connection, and then the character being an X, and two at the ends of the X's there's little zeros looking things. Here, let me show you how that looks right there, if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, so this star is kind of considered in the bull, because it's the southern bull's eye, or the left eye. It is also considered a royal star, or a part of the Watchers of the Heavens star. So among the Persians, okay, so they had a different interpretation of the star as well, based on what they perceived it as. So the Watcher of the East, that's what the star represents, the Watcher of the East. So anyway, this star is part of the 15 Bohemian stars, which Hermes says are magical stars that you can use for gaining of wealth, riches, and honors. Okay, so this is what this star represents. So those who want to work with the star, that's what it represents, magically speaking. All right, so that being said, let's talk about the other stars that are part of this interpretation of being the Watcher stars, based on Persian belief system, which is the Watcher of these would be this one, of course, Aldebaran. And then you also have, Regulus, Antares, and Fomalhaut. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about how the influence of Ptolemy would be perceived nowadays, because a lot of people base off their interpretation of these stars based on Ptolemy's information, which again, this is channeled information from him. So if you have a different perspective on the star, it's based on what your needs are for the star. So he says it's the nature of Mars. And it's similar to Mercury and Mars energy conjoined with Jupiter. So it'll be like popularity, courage, ferocity, and also tendency for going into positions of authority and power. We also have a gain of wealth and honor in this interpretation of Ptolemy, which is rare, because he says something fucked up about a star. So the negative star will be violence and sickness in the Ptolemy interpretation of the star. So with the sun conjunct the star, it actually is about great energy and perseverance and high material gain, meaning you make your fortune if you work with the star's energy. Today is the new moon in Gemini, and today is all about asking for what you desire and what you want, right? If you want material gains and needs, if you need material wealth, then this is the perfect energy to work with. Okay, the star will help you towards this goal. So building up riches and things like that. So it's very favorable for people who want to gain money, who want to manifest riches, who want to manifest material wealth. Okay, so that's for this conjunction. So then we also have the moon conjunct Aldebaran as well. For this one is a little bit different. When it's in conjunction to the moon, is about favorable with businesses and contract deals and things like that. So if you got into a contract with someone or you're trying to create a business together, then the results are going to be good. The results are going to be long lasting. The results are going to be, you know, you're going to gain a lot of money from this endeavor, okay? That's based on Hermes' interpretation. So Ptolemy's interpretation, it's about danger of losing wealth, of actually losing favor with the public, right? Or actually kind of like it's a danger of a violent death as well. So that's his conjunction interpretation with Aldebaran. Then we have conjunction of Mercury and Algol. So Mercury and Algol being the Medusa's head based on Ptolemy's interpretation. But remember, Hermes, we're basing it off of Hermes. Hermes doesn't think it that way. Hermes thinks of it as the divine feminine and her power. You can use this energy to manifest what you desire, to gain favor, gain popularity. Also, it's a courageous energy to, in so many ways, to persevere beyond your limitations, to actually persevere beyond if you have an enemy. If you have an enemy and they want to do something harmful to you, you'll be able to stop that, okay, with this energy of this star Algol. Also, you gain favor from those who are in leadership positions and authority, such as a king, a queen, president, you name it, whatever you think an authority figure is, you gain favor when you use the energy of this star Algol, okay? Again, this is a Hermetic interpretation, not the one that Ptolemy has. Ptolemy has a negative connotation to the star because it's based on his interpretation being that this is Medusa's head, Medusa being the Gorgon or the monster who was raped or who was assaulted by, of course, Neptune, Poseidon, and the temple of Athena, and then therefore was punished and turned into a Gorgon, okay? Turned into Medusa with the snakes and stuff like that. So if you look at his interpretation, it's all about violence and just danger and nastiness and all this stuff, right? So again, base it off of your needs, okay? I usually use Hermes energy because he is talking about how to use it for magical purposes, okay? So now the next one that we have today, conjunction, is Saturn conjunct Nev Algedi. This one is a little bit different. I think if you guys read or were here when I talked about the Nev Algedi, this is actually a very long conjunction. So this is in Capricorn, the tail of Capricorn. So working with a star, you can use the gemstone Chalcedony, and you can use the plant majorum. And then also, if it's conjunct, this is about favors in the law, meaning like if you have a lawsuit or you're suing someone, then you gain favor, you succeed in this. If you are, having legal issues such as, people trying to do something legally against you, you will succeed in this. And also improvement of your home, meaning like if you have interpersonal issues with people in your home, such as a spouse or family members, things like that, then these are going to be resolved, again, using the magic of the star to assist you that. And then of course this increases your riches and security of the home. So say you were trying to look for a stable home, trying to look for a place to live, this will help you find a place that is suitable for you and your family, if you have family. So that's what that is all about. So now we're going to look at tomorrow. Let's see what we have tomorrow. We still have the Sun conjunct Aldebaran. We still have, the only difference is the Moon conjunct Capella this time, okay? So the Mercury and Algol and Saturn and Nev Algedi is still conjunct, okay? So let's look at Capella. So Capella, based on Hermes' interpretation. So let's look at because I'm looking at the stones, what stones you could use for the Capella conjunction. So this one is actually found in Gemini during or the constellation of Gemini. Okay, it is like, let's see. So the stones that you can use is sapphire of any color, and then the actual what is it called? The herb that you can use to connect to the star is horehound. Um, or horehound seed mixed with wormwood or mandrake root and things like that. Okay, so this brings favors and honors when it comes to being noticed publicly speaking. So when it comes for say you want to be a public figure, say you want to be an influencer or whatever, when you work with the magic of the star, it'll gain you that. It'll gain you popularity. It'll gain you social following, things like that. It'll also help you with healing of like issues in the mouth, right? Of issues, medical issues. That'll help with the healing of any medical issues, particularly like the mouth area or toothaches or whatever, gum disease. So that is what that brings. And then with it being conjunct the moons, of lunar energy can assist you with just being inquisitive, asking more questions, communication. Also, you might be able to journey, like to travel somewhere that you wanted to travel for a very long time, because the star will assist you with, again, gaining favor, gaining money, things like that. Okay, so that is what we have for Tuesday. So moving on to June 1st. Just first, we still have the Sun conjunct Aldebaran. We still have Mercury conjunct Algol, and we still have Saturn conjunct Deneb Algedi. So moving on to the next day, the 2nd. We still have the Sun conjunct Aldebaran. We still have Mercury in Algol and Saturn Deneb Algedi. The difference is the moon moved into Sirius. So we have the moon in Sirius is actually pretty comfortable in this energy. Okay, so because Sirius usually joins the sun around July 14th, so it's technically a Cancerian energy, okay, a lunar energy, so it actually has more potency during that time. But because it's right now, it's moving into the moon conjunct Sirius, so it's as potent during this time as well. So we have the stones that you can use for this are beryl stones, such as like morganite, aquamarine. What's the other beryl? So morganite, aquamarine, and just beryl, I guess. And then, of course, using plants, so savine, juniper. Okay, so it could also be mixed with wormwood and serpent's tongue. And bistort, okay, those types of plants. So this is about gaining favors with spirits. So this is about working in the spiritual realms with spirits. So maybe spirits of the dead, maybe spirits of the ancestors, maybe spirits of your guides, things like that. So gaining favors via the spirits, because it is of a quality of air and the quality of earth. It can also assist you in bringing peace and resolutions to your life. So say you have conflict with someone, this star can assist you with really resolving the issues, okay, and having a favorable outcome, meaning that everyone involved who had an issue with one another is able to move on and is able to peacefully resolve the issue, okay. And this also has a way of bringing people back together, such as like, what if you had like I don't know, an argument with your lover or something like that, then it helps you resolve the arguments. It also brings favor with political gain, such as if you are trying to change the world, through politics, if that's your thing, then you gain favor if you use the magic of the star to do this. Okay, so this is about definitely solving and resolving issues. Okay, so another thing about this is success in business, success with influential friends, such as the opposite sex of who you are, such as if you're a woman, then you gain favor with your friends who are the opposite sex of a woman, which is a man, or vice versa, things like that. So this is kind of like that. It also is about good health and bringing that want to transform your life for the better through eating better, through exercise, through taking care of your body, and this will be the perfect energy for it, for nurturance, for setting the intention that you want to change your diet, for setting the intention that you want to transform your health into something that you want to be in alignment again, with your body, things like that. So that's what this beautiful star will assist you with, okay, for June 2nd. Okay, so moving on to June 3rd, we still have the Sun conjunct Aldebaran. We still have Mercury conjunct Algol and Saturn conjunct Aldebaran. So now we have the Moon conjunct Procyon. Okay, Procyon. So Procyon is in Canis Minor, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, Canis Minor, the lesser dog. So this one in the lesser dog, the stone to work with the star will be agate, any type of agate. The plant will be heliotrope flowers and pennyroyal flowers. Again, you don't ingest these things. You just work with the energy of the plant. Okay, so don't ingest them. Please don't do that, because some of these are actually poisons, poisonous plants and stuff like that. So this, based on Hermes' interpretation, grants favors with the gods. Okay, the old ones, right? So the gods of men. So like the old gods, such as the Greek gods, the Persian gods, the old gods, right? The ones that you probably read about in mythology and things like that. Okay, it also grants favors with the spirits as well. It's very similar to Sirius when working with spirits. Okay, so you are able to work with spirits of the dead. You're able to work with spirits of the ancestors. You're able to work with guides. Okay, that's what this energy will definitely help you with, because it has the power of air energy or air magic, which is a great magic, and it's very connected to the higher realms, is connected to the higher mind. It's able to connect you to that reality. Okay, and it's because it's conjunct the moon, it also has it also helps you with navigating through any interest that you have in the occult. So magic, witchcraft, things like that. Okay, and it also helps with resolving any difficulties with other people, any arguments, things like that. So it's very similar to Canis Major's, Sirius, Canis Minor being Procyon. And then of course it also helps with partnerships and employments, meaning that if you are having an argument with your significant other, similar to Sirius, it'll help you resolve it. But it also will help you gain favor if you're at work, such as if you have a position opening up that you want to put in for, then you will get it over somebody else. Okay, but again, using the magic of the star can assist you with this. Again, magic works is way during this time. It's the best time to do it during, on Friday, June 3rd. Okay, when the moon is conjunct Procyon. Okay, that's when you can do this magic work. All right, moving on to the 4th. Okay, we still have on the 4th Mercury conjunct Algol and Saturn conjunct Deneb Aldebaran. Now the 5th, and this is for Sunday. The same thing, we still have those two conjunctions of Mercury, Algol, and Saturn, Deneb, Aldebaran. So that is all I have for the fixed star reading. So let's go ahead and talk about the galactic energy. I know I already posted it at you know, if you guys haven't watched it, I suggest that you watch it. But the whole purpose of this week would be growth in the way of changing the way that you deal with conflict, changing the way that you deal with difficult situations. Okay, so it's kind of like breaking the cycle, but also removing and releasing anything that limits you, right? So anything that you feel stuck in, or the cycle that you might feel that you are continuously going through over and over and over and over and over again, that will help you, you know, this week to release that. You have, of course, a Pleiadian energy coming in. You also have, you know, Sirian energy, which is the Canis Major energy. You got the Canis Minor energy, and you got, you know, all of these different like Capricorn energy, and as well as, you know, Taurus. Pretty much all of these different energies can assist you with accomplishing your goals. You just need to take the time to connect, okay? The best way to do this is, if you don't have these gemstones, or if you don't have these herbs, like Hermes says, then write the actual symbol of these stars, and you can look up the symbols of these stars if you Google them, okay? So Google Hermes on the 15 fixed stars, and the symbols will show up with a like information on the 15 fixed stars, or the Bohemian stars, okay? Write down the character in a piece of paper and just meditate with it would be beneficial. That's how I usually do it if I don't have certain gemstones or herbs to work with, you know, or connect me with the star. I do the symbol. And so you write it down, and then you connect each, which whenever the star is in conjunct with either the sun, the moon, or whatever planet, connect in that way, okay? So that's what I would do personally, if that's what you guys are interested in doing, or working with these stars. Again, their interpretations are based on channeled information. Therefore, whatever you are channeling is based on your need of that star's energy, okay? So just realize this. That's how it works, okay? It is not set in stone. Like these things, these interpretations are not set in stone. If it does resonate with you that the star is a hermetic energy, just like Hermes interprets it, or if it resonates with you that the star is Ptolemaic energy, like Ptolemy interprets it, it's based on what you need at this time on your journey, okay? So don't let other people tell you that you're wrong, or that's the wrong interpretation, things like that. I use hermetic interpretation because I use ritual energy. I use the magic of these stars, and that's what I use them for. I don't use Ptolemy because he has a lot of negative shit. When you are purified, when you are cleansed and you're cleared of energy, all the negative shit goes away, okay? Because we're trying to manifest these things into our reality. So if you have doubts or oppositional energy to what you're trying to manifest, then it's not going to work, okay? So that's all I have about this week in these stars, and what the lessons should probably come out as, okay? So I hope you guys like this, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye-bye.